Hello and welcome back to the Project Management course. My name is Eric Klausch and today we will talk about time. Time is very important and essential to project management because every project has a defined start and a defined ending point. And within this time we have 4 different phases. And these phases we will talk about now. So the first phase is actually my favorite phase because it's about dreaming, it's about visualizing. This is probably the phase you're in right now. And in this phase, really anything is possible. It's important that you don't have boundaries in your head and that you don't limit yourself, but really think big. Anything is possible. Because after this phase of dreaming and thinking big, you will have a planning phase. And in this phase, you will look more realistic at things. And there will be people who say like, well, actually, let's not make that big. Or they would say, actually, we don't have that much money. Or they say, well, the location is way too small. Maybe also someone says, how do you want to do this? We don't even have internet. So there will be different things that will melt down your big vision. So it's important that you don't melt it down from the beginning, but first think big, and then the circumstances will make it smaller. However, if you think big, you will see different opportunities. You will see opportunities and possibilities that you would neglect if you would think small from the beginning. Entering the planning phase, you have to put different milestones along the way. And these milestones will reflect the different dimensions, which we will be talking about the next videos as well. For example, you should have a milestone when your team should be set. Let's take the example of the party again. Maybe it's the 1st of January, right? And the party shall be on the 10th of February. So you say, well, I need a team to do this. And it would be good to have the team first because they can help you then to develop the plan and develop the project. So you say, well, on the 1st of January, I still have nice ideas and I think big. So on the 5th of January, on Friday, you want to have the team set. And until then, you ask different people if they want to join your idea and your project. Once you have the team, you might think about the resources, the infrastructure. In this dimension, you set a plan about everything you need, and you also set a plan when you need it. So take, for example, 2 weeks, and on the 20th of January, you sit together and you have a clear list of things that you need, because once you have all the material resources and the team, you know how much money you need and you can make the financial plan. This is the planning phase. And the better you plan and the more detailed you plan, the easier it will be to come to the realization phase. Because once it comes to the realization, there's barely any chance of adjusting things. Because in a lot of projects, then it becomes very energetic and wild and you can't step in because the project is running and a lot of people are involved. But then also make a plan for the realization phase. For example, when we take the example of the party, you say, well, at 2 p.m. I want to meet with the whole team. At 2 p.m. I want to gather with my whole team and I want to know how is everybody doing, and everybody maybe says some words, what he or she can bring into this day, how much energy they have, and then you make a little round. And then you maybe say, okay, at 2:30 I want the music to play, because at 3 all the guests will arrive, and at 4 there will be food, and so on. Make a very detailed plan so that will make it easier for everyone to follow the party, follow the project, and know if everything is going well or if someone should help someone. And now, Once the project is realized, maybe the product is out, the party is done, or whatever project you're doing, it's important that you celebrate. That you celebrate the project, that you celebrate the success you did, but also that you celebrate yourself and the achievement you did. Take the time to sit down with your team or the people involved in the project. Realize what you have done and reflect on it. Give each other feedback and give positive feedback. This differs from culture to culture. In Germany, for example, we tend to look more on the negative things and we tell each other what didn't go well. In other cultures, I know it's more about the positive things and you don't really speak out what you didn't like. One tip I can give you is the sandwich technique. The sandwich technique means that you start with something positive, then you say something negative, or let's call it constructive, so something you want to change if you would do the project again, and on top you put something positive again, because it's not good to stop with something negative. And this is a sandwich everyone can take and everyone can learn from. Take the time to celebrate with your team, sit down and have a good time, and maybe then people will be like, well, actually that was nice. Let's do this again. Maybe let's make it bigger. Let's invite someone else. And let's become friends also with the team. You never know what's gonna happen. So celebrate. Now that you have all the information together, I want you to write it down. Write down the timeline and hand it out to anyone who's part of the project. The timeline helps each member of the team to know if they are on track and if they are in time with their duties and their jobs. And it also helps you to ask the members if they need help, if they are in time. And I want you to stay positive, because there will be hard times. There will be times when you won't make a deadline, when a milestone has to be postponed. But rather than putting pressure and stress on your team members, I would like you to ask them how you can help them, how you can empower them and uplift them. And maybe you have to make changes in the timetable, but maybe you also need to adjust the team and someone needs help or a second team member to fulfill a specific job. And lastly, I ask you to go back into the mind movie we created in the last video. Because this mind movie, this imagination, this dream, it's the source to all the information you need to create a fulfilling and successful project. Thanks for watching. In the next video, we will talk about infrastructure and the material resources you need to make your project happen. Until then, stay blessed.